Get out of here. I said get out of here. Woo! Blessed greetings, everyone. 'Tis I, Holy Mystic. And what am I doing in military garb, you may ask? Well, I was fighting off a horde of flesh-eating zombies that wanted to tear me limb from limb if I didn't give them what they wanted. What's the difference between them and Black Friday shoppers and late-minute Christmas shoppers at Walmart? Very, very little. In the description below is a link to my Twitch channel. That's right, I got a Twitch and I've been streaming for several weeks now. I play a lot of different Roblox games, and I play some Gmod nowadays, and I do Nextbot chases. So there's a very, very good chance you're going to hear me scream and get a huge kick out of it. Yeah! Also, there's an affiliate link for True Play Games. If you or someone else you know, whether they be kid, a teen, or adult, wants to play iPhone and Android games that support great biblical values but are actually fun, made by people in the tech and gaming industry based off already popular genres, True Play has you covered, with cute and adorable characters, great graphics, and with its own unique, engaging story and how it wants to tell itself with its adorable characters. Or you can just check out the cute merch they got. But please, check out the links below, and if you'd like to follow me on Twitch to be part of a wholesome gaming community and chat, a follow would be respectful. Now, on to the video! We don't have flat screen TVs! Go home! Blessed greetings, everyone. 'Tis I, Holy Mystic. I am here to talk about some characters from the animated show RWBY. They're not the main characters, but they have interacted with the main cast before. Team Funky. And I'm covering this because it was requested of me almost, if not 2 years ago, to cover this. And I'm sorry, Emerald Phoenix, that it took so long, but this is for you. Team Funky seems to have a music motif going on, and each seems to represent a genre of music in some way. So we'll start with the leader, Flint Cole, who seems to, with his trumpet, resemble jazz, at least that's my opinion. With his trumpet, he's able to restrict enemy movement with its powerful sound waves and boost the movement of his teammates, especially Neon, which we'll get to her in a second. He seems to be more of a support leader, not only giving out strategic orders, but can hold his own in a fight, especially against people like Weiss, who is known as being the support of her team. He has been shown to do a little bit of melee combat, and can use the environment around him to his advantage, such as using a flame pillar with his trumpet sound waves to blow a flame tongue-like effect at his opponents. This happened within Volume 3, and his trumpet seems to have dust vials, thus given his sound different types of effects. At least that's what it says online about it. He does have a cool semblance called the Killer Quartet, which splits him into 4 versions of himself, able to blast out 4 times the amount of power at once. Not in one single burst, but spread out, thus covering more ground. His outfit in Volume 3 was pretty cool, and when we see him again in Atlas, I believe it was in Volume 7. Definitely fitting his music genre. Now on to the next person, Neon Cat. Other than the obvious resemblance to the internet meme of the Pop-Tart cat, Neon Cat is part of the Faunus race, being, well, part cat. She's the speedster of the group, and like Flint Cole, is able to kind of get into her opponent's head in her own way. With her, it's basically taunting the opponent, even though she really doesn't mean it. She seems to be really friendly, she just does that to taunt her opponents to get them to trip up. She has a pair of nunchucks, which is infused with ice dust, so whenever she's done pelting people with bludgeoned attacks, she can freeze them afterward. And she uses old-fashioned roller skates to get around. She seems to resemble the 80s with her neon aesthetic, and with the roller skates, seems to give off a roller rink vibe as well. Maybe something you'd hear back then in roller rinks. She has a rainbow semblance that actually propels her faster. Combining that with her roller skates gives her some really good momentum and speed, and she does get the occasional boost from her leader, Flint. Her outfit is pretty neat in Volume 3. Not the biggest fan of her hair, however, in Volume 7. Tripping up her opponents, freezing their weapons or parts of them in place, while pummeling them at high speed. Neon Cat is pretty cool. There isn't a whole lot of information on the next two, but we'll do what we can. This is Ivy, and with his posture and his name, gives off a musical conductor-like vibe and seems to represent classical music, like the ivory keys on a piano. We've seen him in action once before in Volume 7, where he blocks a whole bunch of dust rounds from Ren with his whip. So he's quick enough to do that, and who knows, he might be able to trip people up, knock away weapons, grab weapons out of other people's hands with his whip, and with his cool calm posture, could mess with people in that way. There's a gem at the end of it, which could be an elemental gem or just there for decoration. Currently, as far as I'm aware, we don't know. So for a tactical offense, he's great in a group, both by himself and would be a great attack support. The last member of the group, Cobalt. I like the color of his outfit, and he seems to be the hand-to-hand combatant of the group, being physically stronger than the rest. Able to lift up the character Oscar Pines with just one hand. My only guess as to what musical genre he represents could be maybe a power ballad to show his strength, or maybe metal? It's really unclear, at least to me, but he seems to be lean enough to be acrobatic, but strong enough to thrash his opponents with his hands. Either way, it's good to have someone like him on a team who is not just simply brute strength, but could, odds are, keep up with acrobatically. Though we didn't see him do that, he seems to have the build for it, and I hope to see more of him and the rest of the team. All in all, I'd like to say that this is a pretty cool team. They definitely seem to be really good at getting into people's heads, at least the ones that we've seen be able to do that, and are able to support one another, which is really cool. So I'd like to see more of them in the future, especially the semblances we haven't seen yet. I'm sorry it took so long, Emerald Phoenix, to get this here, but I hope it was worth it. Anyway, next time I'm going to be doing a food review on some ice cream flavors, and after that I'll get to talking about why I love Star Fox so much and why Star Fox Warriors should be an official thing, and the rest of the videos before the month ends. Anyway, remember the links down below? It does support me, and may God bless Jesus loves and Holy Spirit forever be with you, and until next time, stay fluffy, be possum. Later, new.